The United States' second-largest city is swept by a wave of mass arrests as protests against President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown entered the sixth day. Los Angeles authorities have lifted the curfew, which it said was meant to stop looting and vandalism in the city. Police have arrested at least 25 people for violating the curfew. There is heavy troop presence in California. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth says the troop deployment is about maintaining law and order amid immigration crackdown. Heavily armed security officers, including several riding horses, patrolled near government buildings. 700 U.S. Marines are on standby, ready to step foot in L.A. Another 2,000 National Guard troops are headed to the city. The heavy military movement took place 48 hours after Trump directed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to mobilize the battalion. Law enforcement officers confronted demonstrators outside the federal building as protests, riot police on horses and foot surrounded a group of a few hundred that had gathered in that area. An Australian Broadcasting Corporation cameraman was hit in the chest by a less lethal round while filming the Los Angeles protests. President Trump pledged to liberate Los Angeles from what he claims is an invasion by a foreign enemy. California's leaders who disapproved Trump's decision moved the court, seeking to prevent the Republican from sending thousands of troops onto the streets. California Governor Gavin Newsom, who claims the presence of troops exacerbates tensions, has asked a judge for an emergency injunction regarding the troop deployment, arguing it is unlawful as well as excessive and unnecessary.
Pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities, they're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point.
Demonstrations have quickly spread to other cities nationwide, including Dallas, Austin, Texas, Chicago, and New York. In the Atlanta suburb of Brookhaven, dozens of demonstrators waved American and Mexican flags and held signs against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement. In Texas, where police in Austin used chemical irritants to disperse several hundred demonstrators, National Guard troops have been put on standby in areas where demonstrations were planned. The U.S. president is mulling the possibility of invoking the Insurrection Act, which authorizes the president to deploy military forces inside the U.S. to suppress rebellion or domestic violence or to enforce the law in certain situations. It's one of the most extreme emergency powers available to a U.S. sitting president.